Right, hello everybody. So today I'm doing something very stupid. Um, so you know how there are 20 or 21 uh, questions for the portfolio that we do in class? Well, along with the collaboration from Jenna, I figure I should just film myself running 20 miles and then before each mile answer a portfolio question. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer a portfolio question right now. So the first portfolio question is, what is the historical context of your birth? And for me, I was born on October 13th, 1994, and that's the same year that Ayrton Senna, the great legend Formula One driver, ended up dying tragically during a Canadian Grand Prix that he was in. Also, on my birthday, the Ulster Protestants in Ireland declared a ceasefire in the gang wars that were going on in Northern Ireland. So that's question one, and without further ado, I'm gonna get started on this running. So just finished the first mile, so now we're on to question two. What was your community in which you were born and grew up? How has this community influenced who you are? Well, I grew up in a diverse neighborhood in Silver Spring, Maryland, and the entire community pretty much went to the University of Maryland, so it makes sense that I'm here today. All right, next mile, here we go. All right, just finished 2 miles. So question three, this one's very brief. What is your family history? Well, in simple terms, I'm Irish and English. All right, let's do another mile. All right, so feeling pretty good. That was 3 miles, so now I'm on question four. So the question is, were the people living or dead who particularly strong influenced you in your life? And who were they, and how did that change your way of thinking? Well, the person's name is the Venerable Pierre Toussaint. Basically, I used to have scoliosis, and now I don't because of prayer and a miracle. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can actually Google it. Joseph Peacock, Venerable Pierre Toussaint. All right, so I'm gonna get started on the next mile, mile 4. All right, and I'm off. All right, so I just finished question 4 and mile 4. Now on to question 5, which is, what adversities have you or members of your family overcome in your lives? Well, we're currently going through one or overcoming one. My grandfather has been sick for a while, and we're really coming together as a family from all over the country to help out with that. So, we're almost a quarter of the way there. All right, time for mile 5. See ya. All right, just finished mile 5. So, now, question 6. What has been your favorite creative inspiration throughout your life? Well, it's a book. Recently I read a book called Stories of Your Life and Others by Ted Chiang, and I strongly recommend it to everybody out there. It's science fiction, but it's really cool, and every single story is its own little movie. So, all right, now mile 6. All right, just finished mile 6, on to mile 7, question 7. Question is, tell the stories of the events that have profoundly changed your life and shaped you as a person. Well, my cousin died when I was 9 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday. It really shaped my outlook on life and death at a really young age. I began to understand what it really meant to live life to the fullest. All right, feeling pretty good. All right, mile 7, here we go. All right, that's question 7 and mile 7 done. Now question 8. What about the things that make you the happiest? What gives you the greatest sense of fulfillment, satisfaction, and self-esteem? What are the things that you do that give you the greatest returns on happiness, productivity, and contribution? Well, my entire life, certain sports like basketball, lacrosse, they all came naturally to me, but running is something that really never did. So the fact that I'm doing pretty well in running now after like 3 or 4 months makes me extremely happy, because it's something I never thought I'd be really good at. I'm still not really good, but all right, so I just finished mile 8 and question 8. So now on to 9. What am I grateful for? Sorry, there were helicopters above, blocking out some noise. But anyways, what I am grateful for are very simple things. I'm grateful for being alive. I'm grateful for being able to see, hear, smell, taste, touch, all the senses. And I'm grateful for God and all the blessings that He's given me. I know it said do things that aren't typical, but I'm pretty typical. So I'm gonna say those things. All right. Well, on to run mile 9. All right, just finished mile 9, and now on to question 10. What are your greatest talents and your signature strengths? I actually did a self-assessment for that in one of my classes, and the top 2 were my appreciation of beauty and my curiosity and interest in the world. I had no say in the matter, I just took the test, that's what it said. And all right, now to run mile 10. All right, just finished mile 10. Halfway there, still feel pretty good. It's about 40 laps in, so we got 40 more to go. And so question 11. What have people repeatedly found to be your gifts and talents and strengths? Well, again, in that survey that I took, it said that people tend to say that I focus on the big picture in life, or often question what life is really about. I believe that to be true. All right, so let's go, mile 11. All right, question 12. What matters most in my life? My faith and my trust in God matters the utmost in my life. That's all I had to say about that. All right, now let's run mile 12. All right, just finished mile 12, question 12, on to question 13. What are the negative beliefs and the stories and patterns of thought that stand as obstacles to reaching your full potential? Number 1 for me is probably that notion of you can't do something because you don't have enough time in your day. I feel like you can always squeeze something in though. And number 2, Microsoft Excel is something that you will never understand. I suck at Excel, and my major is finance, so that's kind of embarrassing. But those are the 2 things that stand as obstacles to reaching my goals. All right, let's run mile 13. All right, just finished mile 13. It's about a half marathon. So question 14. Imagine that a museum was open up an exhibit of your life. What would be some of the artifacts that they might feature? Definitely x-rays of my spine before and after I had scoliosis, and a Summer Mark 6 alto saxophone. I love playing the saxophone, so that's probably why. All right, it's a little hot, even though it's probably like 45 degrees or something, but I'm getting a little hot, so I'm gonna have to take my tights off. But then I'm gonna be at it, and I'll do mile 14. All right, that's mile 14 down. All right, now question 15. What is your personal mission statement? And what I wrote was, why tiptoe through life to arrive safely at death? If you're gonna be afraid to live, then what's the point? Don't pray for easy lives, just pray to be stronger men and women. All right, time for mile 15. It's exciting. Alright, just finished mile 15. Now I'm on question 16. This is the one where we had a choice between three things. I chose the funeral end-of-life situation. Imagine that you just passed away and it's at your funeral. What do you want to be remembered for? Well, I really like people just to generally have appreciated the type of person I strive to be and I wanted to be. I don't need people to be praising me as if I was something awesome or a saint or something. I don't need that to feel fulfilled. I just want to contribute to the world like my benefactors contributed to my education. I feel really fortunate about that. And that's all I really want. So now I'll run mile 16. Alright? Sounds good. Alright, just finished mile 16. Now question 17, where would you like to be 3 years from now? Well, I'd just like to be very successful and happy wherever I live. I want to just love the company that I work for. And ideally, I'd live on the West Coast. The weather here is pretty cold. I'm pretty cold. But hopefully we'll warm up mile 17. So, yeah. Alright, let's do it. Okay. Just finished mile 17 onto the bucket list, which is question 18. So I have 5. They're not the most important, but they're 5. Number 1 is start a company. Number 2 is get a solo skydiving license. Number 3 is compete in an Ironman, which is much tougher than this. Number 4 is move out west. Number 5 is ride a motorcycle across the country. I think that would be fun. Alright, only 3 more miles. Keep reminding myself that. And, alright, let's start mile 18. This might be really slow. Alright, so I just finished, well, I didn't just finish mile 18. I took a little rest to regain myself mentally and physically. So, now I'm question 19. Identify fears that hold you back from pushing to your goals. When things fall apart, how do you keep things together? Well, things that hold me back are usually time, money, education, and just overall experience. And when things fall apart, I turn to God because I think that faith in God is the most powerful thing. Alright, this ought to be interesting. 8 laps to go, 2 miles. Alright, let's get it started. Okay, as you can see, the sun, this is not where the sun is. Here's the sun. Putting my hand on the sun. As you can see, the sun is like going down, which is scaring me. Try to get into this, block it. Okay, so 1 more mile to go. Definitely doesn't feel like a mile to go. Feels like 20 miles to go. But, last question. Not really. There's 21 questions. Anyways, question 20. What are the things that give you a sense of hope? Not running. The past and present give me a sense of hope for the future. I know that what I do each day must contribute to a better future. I see those results of that, and it motivates me. Yes, I'm wearing gloves. My hands are freezing. 1 more mile to go. I am not doing an 8-minute mile for this. See you later. So, finally finished. That was mile 20. Now question 21. Why did there have to be 21 questions? I don't know. Anyways, what is your vision of how you would like to make a difference in the world? Well, after completing this portfolio, I see my dreams and my goals for myself in a different light. Before, I always thought that I needed to work tirelessly and endlessly to satisfy all my goals, but now I see that through small steps, I can make my dreams a reality. Do 1 mile at a time, small steps. I have a goal of inspiring and motivating young students through a foundation that I create, once I've accumulated enough wealth, obviously. so that they might have a better opportunity to go to college than they were otherwise presented with. I need to get out of here. Thanks for watching, and see you in class.